Alright guys, it's the next day, we're back at it. Car is still the same, yep, right there. Today what we're gonna do is, I wanna pull the lower off and get it off and clean it up good, make sure the valves look good, all that type of stuff, also clean around there, around the cylinder head. And then just look at the gaskets to the lower intake manifold. We didn't have any leaks before, but I just wanna, look at them, clean them up, and then, lube them again with, I like to use a little WD-40, because it, doesn't stay there, but it gives you something when the rubber gaskets press down, they don't stick. If the rubber was like sticking to one side and you tighten it down and it wants to shove this way and there's no lubrication there, it's gonna stick and kind of roll over itself. Whereas if you put lube, it'll shove down and then slide over, which is what you want, and stay sealed. Because if like an O-ring rolls over itself, they don't seal that way, or they don't seal that well. So that's something I like to do. And like I said, then the WD disappears, or kind of absorbs into the rubber, and you don't have any residue left there. So let's go ahead and get on trying to get this lower off. Okay guys, as you can see, fuel rails over there, took it off. Now all we gotta do is take those lower intake manifold bolts out, and after we take the lower intake manifold bolts out, then we're gonna lift it up and out. Okay guys, on the back of the blower there's a, let me show you. If you're pulling your lower off yourself, this part of the harness is connected to the back of the blower, and it's kind of a pain in the butt to get off. Christmas treat into the blower, and they do the typical electrical tape around this piece of plastic that has a Christmas tree on it, and mine just ripped out of the electrical tape, so that's okay. I may fix it. We'll see. It's not a big deal. It's just to hold the harness there in place, but now that that's there, we're gonna take it out. So check it out guys, there she is. She's off. These are the gaskets I was talking about that have rubber on them. So they also have little alignment tabs in them. And to be honest, I think it'd be cool to port match the heads to the gasket. And that's where they hold, they don't move. So if you look, when they're set down all the way, you can see that the cylinder head isn't even matched to the gasket. So all that aluminum, you could see, if you wanted to get crazy, obviously you'd have to have your cylinder heads off to do this, or stick something down there to block shavings from getting in there, which is really difficult to do in my opinion without some getting by and getting down into the cylinder. Just port around to match it to the gasket, and little stuff like that can help performance wise. So yeah, I want to take these gaskets out, clean them up, make them look good, and yeah. Also guys, now's a good time to clean it out. As you guys can see, that's pieces of my belt when my pulley broke and it threw pieces of belt everywhere, and you can see there's a little bit of coolant there. And I don't know if that coolant's from us taking the blower out. I think it is, because if you look, I don't see it leaking around the tube right there. So I think all that came down from somewhere else. So we're gonna clean all that crap out of there, clean the valley back up again, and yeah. Well, if you guys can see, I hit this against something, so it's a little jacked up, so I need to get a new gasket for here. As you can see, it's pretty clean, definitely a lot cleaner on the inside. The back is still dirty, so tomorrow I'm going to take this out when it's daylight, and we're going to power wash it and see how much of this stuff we can get off, because I think it looks really ugly with all this dirt here. And what I may use is some wheel cleaner. I think they say not to use it on open aluminum because it can do weird stuff. It just kind of brightens it up. I think it'll actually work well on this. So I'm going to do it on a test spot back here. And then I'm going to test and see what it looks like back here, because this is hidden. And if it turns out good, I may do the whole thing. I really want to clean out around the injector holes, get that all cleaned up. It'll just look a lot nicer that way. And if you look right here, I have taken one gasket off. What I'm going to do is put a piece of towel down in all these holes to keep debris from getting there, and then we're going to wipe this off on both sides and clean it up. Also, guys, like I said, I wanted to see if an auto parts store had it. These gaskets are reusable for the most part. And to be honest, these ones are actually in really good shape. I may go ahead and reuse these lower gaskets. I did have a 96 Cobra, or 97 Cobra, I should say, and I had that gasket on that motor. One of these type gaskets, just like this, the rubber actually get flat, and it was having an intermittent intake manifold leak. As it would warm up, it would, you know, leak a little bit, and I chased my tail around it forever and ever, and finally figured it out, because everybody had always told me these were reusable, and I assumed so, but I saw when I took it apart that they were flat. So guys, they are reusable, but check them out, look at them, make sure the rubber protrudes. I guess let me get this a little closer. What you guys want to do is make sure the rubber actually sticks up, so you guys can see the little bump right there. You just have to make sure it sticks up above the plastic. That way it's obviously going to seal. Now, if you can't for some reason find them, and say all of them stuck up a little bit except for like one spot right here, you could probably take a little silicone and just run a bead right there on that one side and be okay with that. I'm just a fan of new gaskets, new stuff. I'll probably actually, to be honest, reuse these guys right now when I put my stock blower back on, because like I said, they look good. So we'll clean them up and reuse them, and then when we go to the bigger blower, I'm gonna use all the new gaskets that I got, because I ordered a brand new gasket set that includes these gaskets. It includes the new gasket for the front of this that I broke, and it comes with a new plenum gasket, which is this guy right here. And it also comes with the elbow to blower gasket, which is going to be on this side, and you can see it's got that long ear down there. So we have all those gaskets on the way. The website was like 115 bucks shipped, I think, for all of them. It was like 90 some dollars before shipping. Shipping was 17 bucks or something like that. So not too bad. You know, sometimes I wish you could get it cheaper, but to be honest, that's definitely pretty cheap for all of those gaskets. Alrighty guys, there you go. She's looking good, nice and wrapped. So that's something I like to do personally, guys, is get it, clean it, tape it, because in the tape, you know, you absolutely know nothing's gonna be falling in there or getting in there with the tape. And if it does, it's gonna have to break your tape. You know, painter's tape works great for this. I like the frog tape. It sticks really well to aluminum, and it comes off and doesn't leave a residue. So now that we've done it and it's all nice and clean with the tape, we'll peel it off and we'll be able to stick our gaskets right on there right after we peel the tape off. No residue, no nothing, so we're gonna be good there. Okay guys, so we're gonna go ahead and reuse these gaskets, and because we're gonna reuse these, like I said, only because they look good. I was a little worried before I took them off, and that's why, and like I said, my past experiences, so anyways, I was worried they're gonna be a little flat, but they look pretty good, so we're gonna go ahead and clean them. But just so you guys know, when you clean these, don't clean them with brake clean. You will distort and ruin this rubber. Dry it out. You want to use, what I like to use is a little WD-40. So just spray some WD-40 on there, and it's going to soften the rubber if it is hard, and at the same time it's not going to hurt it. And the plastic itself, all this is going to clean up really nice with some WD, so let me show you guys that. So there you go, those two are done. Now we're gonna do these two and the other one. And you can see the plastic's definitely darker than here. I think it just looks better that way when it's naturally, you know, darker. And yeah, you can leave them like this with a little bit of oil on them. It's not gonna hurt anything. If you do live somewhere where it's dusty in the desert like we do, or if your car is outside, you're gonna wanna wait to do this till the end if you use WD, because it will make dust stick to it. Or, you know, you do it and let it dry, kinda give it a couple days, you know, on the inside of the house, and usually you'll see the WD will kind of absorb into the plastic and the rubber and disappear. So if you do that and you give it a couple days, you should be okay. Alright guys, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. This is the end of this video. Just want to show you guys what she looks like. We got her here. I was doing a little bit of cleanup, cleaning this pipe up, cleaning on the valve covers a little bit. You can see valley's cleaned up, looks good. The lower intake manifold we got to do tomorrow and clean it up. But I just want to let you guys know I appreciate all of you for watching. You guys are awesome. These gaskets are clean, and a sneak peek of what's to come, guys. I think that's all you guys get. So if you're excited for what's to come, smash that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to see what we're doing next, and also don't forget, hit that little notification bell so you won't miss what's next. So now it's time for you guys to get the heck out of here.